Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to go back to my opening statement where this committee has been very involved in auto safety, rightly so, for a lot of years. And I can remember rolling a flawed tire down this very dais about 10 years ago, really seeking action, and we did it. We worked at the end of the session. We significantly raised the fines, and we added criminal sanctions for violations, jail. It was tough to get through, but we got it done. And I want to say it was certainly bipartisan, and it was pretty close to unanimous in terms of what we did. And what that TREAD Act did was really forcing the manufacturers to share details with the regulator to make sure that consumers, us, got the information and felt safety behind the wheel. Now, there's a report that came out this morning. I've not read it, just literally within the last half hour or so. But it says Reuters is reporting today that Takata ran an investigation into an airbag inflator that ruptured in a BMW as early as 2003, and that additional testing for airbag inflator defects was done in 2004, 10 years ago. That was the time when we were passing the TREAD Act. Both of these revelations would indicate that Takata was investigating this hazard well before it has been previously disclosed. Can you comment, Mr. Shimizu, on the 2003 and 2004 investigations? Are they related to the current recall?
Congressman, my answer is no.
You can use the mic if you.
Excuse me, can you hear me now? Okay. My answer is no. Regarding the BMW incident in 2003, to my knowledge, it's happened in Europe, I believe Switzerland, and that the cause of the problem is not inflator propellant issues we are talking about right now. That was manufacturing issues that caused that problem. So it's not same as the problems we are discussing right now.
So they're not related, is what you're saying?
Not related to the current issues.
So do you know whether the issue today is manufacturing related or is it a design flaw in the inflator itself? Do you know that the answer to that question? Yes or no?
In my knowledge, current issues is most likely manufacturing related, not design related.
It is not manufacturer related.
It is manufacturing.
It is manufacturer. Okay, thank you, Mr. Shostak. In 2011, a Honda associate recognized an issue related to the recording of a verbal date code in the legal file management system that could have affected the accuracy of the early warning reports. And additionally, in 2012, NHTSA made Honda aware that it was underreporting claims. Why didn't Honda follow up with the issue in 2011, and why didn't Honda take conclusive action in 2012?
Chairman Upton, thank you very much for that question. And I understand your involvement in the establishment of the TREAD Act more than 10 years ago, and I can understand the disappointment that you feel by the shortcomings that have been evidenced by our company. And I want to explain to you what happened. The problem that we had with underreporting in the TREAD Act is a systematic problem that began at the outset of the TREAD Act. As you know, it went into effect in 2003. Our staff at the time did not properly program computers and set up systems that would accurately let data flow and feed into TREAD reports. It is difficult for me to say, sir, but that setup continued unchecked until 2011, 2012. You are right that an internal Honda associate did mention a concern, as well as a discussion with NHTSA. They asked about the omission of certain incidents in our tread reporting. We did look into that, sir, in early 2012. We did not look into it effectively. We found one of what eventually we came to know would be 3 problems. We found one problem and took substantial action to address that one problem, but, sir, it did not complete our compliance requirements.
Can I ask just the unanimous consent for an additional minute just to say, so what was...
Without objection.
And we're going to be asking NHTSA, who's following, what was NHTSA's response when you did correct it with NHTSA? Is that not right? I mean, you did fess up, in essence, to NHTSA, right?
In 2012, sir, we had a problem about converting oral claims into written claims. We made we call a countermeasure internally to report those written claims. Mr. Chairman, we did not close the loop with NHTSA, and we did not act with the urgency we needed to.
Did NHTSA come back and say, what happened? Was there any dialogue? Did NHTSA, what was NHTSA's response? I mean,
as you know, sir, we engaged a third party to do an audit in September of this year, and we had a dialogue with NHTSA in October of this year about the preliminary findings of that audit. They actually found, I'm glad that we used an outside third party to do that audit because they found 2 more instances of our noncompliance. So based on that, we discussed that with NHTSA, our preliminary findings in mid-October of this year. As you know, we just submitted our information to NHTSA on Monday, and we're waiting for their response. But I think what we've done in the meantime, sir, is to begin to fix the computer programs, to provide training, to augment the staffing, but most importantly, to establish accountability within our organization. There are many functions that feed information for TRED, and we did not designate a single responsible person, and that is our failing, sir.
yield back.